How do I rank up in Overwatch? It's one of the most asked questions you'll ever see being constantly thrown towards pros, streamers, and content creators in Overwatch. And it makes sense. Overwatch is inherently a competitive multiplayer game. If you look across all the Overwatch content on YouTube, for example, you'll see that around 90% of it is surrounding the idea of ranking up and getting better. Now, the issue with a lot of these videos is that they like to give very specific tips and tricks that don't apply to the majority of your ranked games. You'll hear something along the lines of, if you want to rank up as a tank, you need to learn and be performing the Orisa Hog Pull Hook combo. While this may be a good tip for when you're playing these heroes in combination, you're not always going to be playing Orisa or Hog. Or if you are, you still have no guarantee that your other tank player will be picking the right tank to be pulling off the combo. So what are some actual ways to rank up in Overwatch that you can be consistently doing to win more and improve your overall play? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be looking at the process of getting better and winning more in Overwatch. The key word here is process. A few tips and tricks won't help you for the long haul, but following the process will. So what are the components of the process? Well, the first thing is time. Yeah, I know, it's a really obvious tip that everyone has said before, but what's important here is to not focus on playing more, but playing more often. Okay, what the hell do I even mean here? What I mean is that you will improve a ton more faster by stringing together more 4 to 5 hour play sessions than to have all your hours spread out more loosely across the week. What you need to be doing is grinding. These 4 to 5 hour sessions are really good at keeping your mechanics consistent and also building up your tolerance for losing. If you're playing a ton of Overwatch, like a ton, you will lose a lot. But by sticking to these long play sessions, you'll be making yourself more tilt-proof by learning to keep going even when the losses start coming. The struggle that I see many Overwatch players have is that they'll quit after just 1 or 2 losses. If you want to rank up, you need to be looking past these losses into the bigger picture. What you need to keep telling yourself is that I'm doing this to improve, not win every single game. If you can keep up this mindset, then you've already won half the battle. By having more grinding sessions, I was personally able to see massive SR gains. For my first year of playing Overwatch, I kinda just played whenever I had small pockets of time to kill, not really pushing myself to doing these long 5-hour streaks. It took me a year to hit Diamond by doing this. But once I did hit Diamond and started grinding, I was able to reach Masters in only 3 weeks after hitting Diamond. Having long grinding sessions really do go a long way into making you a more consistent and mentally strong player. Yeah, I know that playing with feeding Genjis all day is torture, but that's something you just gotta push through, and you will be thankful you did later on in your Overwatch career. This method has personally worked for me and many more others. Now, the second part of the process is developing mental Overwatch skills. What I'm talking about here is stuff like ult tracking, shot calling, and keeping up your PMA. These things will take you a lot further than just getting mechanically good at a couple of heroes. The thing is that these skills can be transferred across all heroes in all games. Something like ult tracking, for instance, is really important skill to develop, especially as a support or tank player. While this does come with just playing the game a ton and having a lot of high awareness, the issue is that even though many players can ult track, they don't tell their teammates. Overwatch is a game of communicating information, and effectively communicating critical information like ult tracking will significantly make you a better player no matter what hero you're playing. And it's not just ult tracking, but general voice comms is really important. Did you just see Reaper use his fade? Maybe you saw Orisa already wasted her fortify? You want to be calling out these crucial cooldowns as a signal for your teammates to go in. And oh yeah, if you've already lost a fight, be sure to tell your teammates to group up for the next one. While it may seem pretty obvious to do, you'll be surprised at how many people across all ranks turn on their autopilot and keep on staggering in by themselves. At the end of the day, this is a team-based shooter, and general communication and mental awareness go a lot further than mechanical skill, especially when something like Mei is the meta. And the third and final part of the process is learning to work with your team and not waiting for them to work with you. What I'm trying to say here is that it's a lot more beneficial for you to be constantly assessing the strengths of your team and to play in a way that accentuates them rather than for you to be asking for the team to play around you. Take this scenario for example. You want to play Genji. Classic. So you ask the team, hey guys, can we go dive? But your teammates are like, nah man, I'd rather play a Rein Zarya comp. What's the ideal thing to do here? The ideal thing here is to pick a hero that can make a Rein Zarya comp stronger than to just keep playing something that won't, like a Genji. And I see this scenario all the time. If half your team is a deadball comp and the other half is a dive comp, then your team won't succeed in doing either of those things. Oftentimes in ranked, you just want to be doing your own thing and playing how you want. While this could be helpful a handful of times, you don't want to be one of those Moira players that never switches. When 6 people are on the same page, things go a heck of a lot smoother, so always be assessing and looking at what your team is trying to do and find a way to do that with them. Having a consistent team composition and playstyle will automatically skyrocket your chances of winning. Now what I'm not saying is that you can never suggest to your teammates what heroes to play and maybe what composition to run, but if you have asked and they rather do something else, it's gonna be a lot easier to just avoid conflict in the team chat and try to work with them, not against them. Alright, now to summarize, because you probably have the attention span of a Fortnite player. The process of getting better and ranking up in Overwatch comes down to 3 main steps. Step 1 is to be playing more grindy long sessions to keep yourself mentally and mechanically consistent. Step 2 is developing mental Overwatch skills like ult tracking and cooldown awareness, and to be consistently and effectively communicating this information with your teammates. And step 3 is to be more willing to work with the team to make it stronger than to be playing by yourself and keep it more isolated. Ranking up in Overwatch really isn't that hard, guys. You just need to realize that it doesn't come overnight, but by embracing the process. If you guys liked this video, feel free to give it a like and check out my specific ever-growing list of hero guides. And be sure to subscribe for more regular videos just like this one. Thanks guys.